The sun rose gently over the village of Umuoma, where life moved at a steady rhythm. In this peaceful setting lived Nkem and Adanna, two women as close as sisters. Nkem was calm and nurturing, while Adanna was fiery and ambitious. They had been inseparable since childhood, sharing secrets, dreams, and even their deepest fears. When Nkem married Eze, the young prince of Umuoma's royal family, Adanna celebrated with her, hiding her envy behind a bright smile. Eze was handsome, influential, and wealthy, the kind of man Adanna had always dreamed of marrying. For the first few years, Nkem and Eze lived in marital bliss. But as time passed without a child, crack began to show in their marriage. Eze's royal lineage required him to produce an heir, and the elders of the royal family grew impatient. At night, Nkem wept in Eze's arms. "What if I can't give you a child?" she whispered. Eze reassured her, but his frustration was evident. Soon the whispers in the palace turned into open discussions about Eze taking a second wife, a prospect that terrified Nkem. In her despair, Nkem confided in Adanna. "I don't know what to do," she said, tears streaming down her face. "Eze is under so much pressure. I can feel him pulling away from me." Adanna paused, calculating. Then she suggested something unthinkable. "What if you let someone you trust carry his child? Someone like me?" Nkem was horrified at first, but Adanna convinced her it was the only way to save her marriage. "It will be temporary," Adanna promised. "I will give him the child he needs and leave once it is born." What Nkem did not know was that Adanna and Eze shared a hidden history. Years before Eze met Nkem, he and Adanna had been lovers. Their relationship was passionate but short-lived, ending when Adanna discovered she was pregnant. Fearing her strict mother's wrath and unsure of Eze's commitment, Adanna secretly terminated the pregnancy. When Eze found out, he felt betrayed. Though he cared for Adanna, her decision left a scar. He ended their relationship, determined to find a wife who shared his values, and that wife was Nkem. So when Nkem proposed Adanna as the solution to their childlessness, Eze resisted at first. But the pressure from the royal family and his lingering feelings for Adanna eventually led him to agree. Adanna moved into the palace, and within months she became pregnant. The royal family celebrated her as the savior of the lineage, and Adanna revealed in her newfound power that she was the rightful queen. She began to act as if she were Eze's true wife, ordering servants around, attending royal meetings, and flaunting her pregnancy at every opportunity. Meanwhile, Nkem felt her world slipping away. She questioned her decision, but held on, hoping that once the baby was born, things would return to normal. Just as Nkem was losing hope, she started experiencing strange symptoms: nausea, dizziness, and fatigue. The palace healer confirmed the miraculous news. She was pregnant. Nkem was overjoyed, but Adanna's reaction was venomous. "How convenient," she sneered. "You've just been trying to compete with me. Your child will always be second to mine." Tensions between the two women escalated into open hostility. They argued constantly, each trying to assert dominance. Eze, caught between them, grew more distant from Nkem and increasingly drawn to Adanna, whose pregnancy reminded him of their past. One day, Nkem noticed Eze disappearing from the palace at odd hours. Suspicious, she decided to follow him. Her search led her to a hidden farm on the outskirts of the village, where she saw Eze meeting Adanna in secret. Hiding in the shadows, Nkem overheard their conversation.
"You are the only woman who truly understands me,"
Eze said. "And yet you chose her," Adanna replied, bitterly placing her hand on her belly. "If I hadn't lost our child back then, things would have been different." Nkem's heart sank as she realized the depth of their betrayal. That night, Nkem confronted Eze. "You've been meeting Adanna behind my back. What else are you hiding from me?" Eze did not deny it.
"Nkem, you brought her into our lives. She is carrying my child. And now I feel I owe her a place in this family. If you can't accept that, maybe you should leave."
His words shattered Nkem. The man she loved had chosen her best friend over her despite her sacrifices. When the palace elders learned of the chaos, they summoned both women and Eze to a council meeting. Adanna, confident in her position, presented herself as the true queen, claiming her child was destined to inherit the throne. But Mama Ugo, Nkem's wise grandmother, revealed a shocking twist. She exposed Adanna's dark past, including the abortion she had kept secret. "The gods do not reward deceit," Mama Ugo declared. "Adanna's child cannot inherit the throne because it carries the stain of her betrayal." Unknown to Adanna, the herbs she used for the abortion was gotten from the son of Nkem's wise grandmother. The council ruled that Adanna must leave the palace after giving birth. Eze was chastised for his role in the scandal, and Nkem was reinstated as the rightful queen. Months later, Nkem gave birth to twins, a boy and a girl. The royal family rejoiced, and the elders saw this as a sign of divine favor. Eze, humbled by the experience, begged Nkem for forgiveness, but she remained guarded. Adanna was banished from the village, and she sent a bitter message to Nkem. "You may have won the throne, but you will never have his heart." Nkem learned a painful lesson. Some friendships are poison, and even love can be corrupted by betrayal. But she vowed to focus on her children and her future, determined never to be blindsided again.